sighting on your island in about 2 hours.
My island? If you mean that no one else had touched Mokora just now, you're right. But someone has to check on the potential danger.
It's too bad that volcano couldn't wait till daylight before it started to blow.
Well, we can't wait either. If the cone is radioactive, it could blanket half the world with its ash.
Admiral Nelson, sir.
Yes?
Admiral, we've established contact with the advance party on Mokora. Transmissions on your Channel 7.
This is Nelson. Dr. Hollis, what's your situation?
I'm on the beach, Admiral. The flying sub's lying just offshore. Witt pushed in about an hour ago to make a preliminary survey of the crater area. From here, it doesn't exactly look like a moonlit South Sea island paradise.
What about Witt?
His last transmission put him at the foot of the volcano, starting ascent of the east face.
Admiral, this is Witt. Now, correction on my position. I'm working north from the east face to get around the lava flow. Now, from where I'm standing now, it looks about a quarter of a mile across.
Witt, I'm interested in the readings you're getting on radioactivity.
I'm getting increased radiation, rising all the time.
The air samples we took during our flybys were all hot, too. The volcanic ash we collected could almost run the sea view.
Admiral, I'm going to move in closer so you can hear it for yourself.
Witt, you better return. What was that? Witt? You read me? What's going on out there?
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, starring Richard Basehart, David Hennison, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Hollis, are you reading this transmission?
I read you, Admiral, but I'm in a hurry.
Stay where you are. Repeat. Stay where you are until we arrive.
I said I was in a hurry.
Witt. Hang on now. I'll get you out of here. Come on now.
ahead, sir. Stand by the surface.
Downscope. Better let them know we're here, Lee.
Seaview to flying sub. Do you read me? Over. Seaview calling flying sub. We have Makora in sight. We'll surface and anchor off reef. Come in, flying sub.
This is Hollis. Seaview. Get here quick. I don't know how long I can hold out.
I never saw anything like this. The only answer is some kind of a wild animal went berserk in here and killed a pilot.
You said when you found Wit, it was much the same.
Yes.
And that strange sound we all heard just before we lost radio contact with Wit. Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say it could only have been made by a wolf. But not here, not on an island in the South Pacific.
It was a wolf.
You saw the animal?
I shot at it. I'm sure I hit it, but I didn't stop it.
All right, there's a wolf on the island. There's probably some explanation for how it got there. But how did it get in here?
I don't know.
We better arrange to have Wit's body brought back to Seaview. Also, collect the instruments he was carrying. There may be some recorded data that we can use.
Right, sir. Seaview, this is the captain.
Aye, sir.
Chip, put a working party on the island. Stretcher, blankets, protective clothing for all hands.
Aye, aye, sir.
Why weren't you wearing protective clothing when you went ashore?
I didn't have time to get it from the flying sub.
You've been exposed to a very high level of radiation. We better get him back to Seaview right away.
Nothing. But, you said you were exposed to the radiation.
I don't understand it either.
All right, let's snap into it, Patterson. We gotta get that shore party going.
I already know, Chief. You know, when there's no work to do, somebody always finds a reason to make some.
Meaning I'm not somebody, huh?
I didn't say it. You did.
Never mind what I said. Just let's get that gear assembled.
Hey, Chief.
Yeah.
What is the scuttlebutt on that island out there?
Makora?
Well, that's the only island I know of around here. What's going on out there anyway?
Well, all I know is that volcano's liable to blow any second.
I'm not asking about what we already know. What I mean is, what are we sending this shore party out for?
Well, would you believe it if I told you that the radiation expert, Witt, has gotten himself permanently clobbered out there by a wolf?
Come off of it, Chief. What would a wolf be doing out here in the South Pacific?
What are we doing out here?
Okay, what are we doing out here?
Trying to dig up the answer behind the communication blackout. That's what.
Well, you don't need a landing party with a stretcher.
Ah,
for
Patterson,
that.
well, how long you been aboard the Seaview?
About 3 years.
That's long enough.
Long enough for what?
To know that you don't ask any questions. Just do as you're told. The Admiral and Skipper got their reasons, and when the time is right, they'll let you know what it's all about.
Sharky, get up to the forward deck with that shore party. On the double. Acknowledge.
This is Sharky, sir. Acknowledging. What is he exactly in such a hurry about?
How long you been serving aboard the Seaview, Chief?
Let's go.
All right, take a break. How much further? Can we see it from here?
Up there, just below that big outcropping.
All right,
I wouldn't scratch that if I were you.
I'm all right.
Chief,
Sir.
take care of that.
Look, if we're going to get Witt's body, let's do it while we still can.
We will. Then we're going to move on. Now we're moving through an area of high radiation. Keep your visors lowered. Everyone.
Let me take a look at that hand.
Wolf?
I shot at it, but I still don't believe it. What in the blazes was that?
Let's hope we don't get close enough to find out. Let's move on. Train 9.
Our instruments just registered a heavy seismic shock. Are you all right?
Affirmative.
Well, we may not be able to help you. I'm anticipating a tidal effect at any second. Bring it down!
Seaview, do you read me? Hey, look out!
Oh, I just hope the Seaview's in better shape than this thing, sir. What do we do now?
What we came here to do. Oh, wait a minute. Hollis? You all right? Chief, stay here.
right,
I'll
sir.
see what's wrong. Hollis? Hollis! Shocky!
You want me to go after him?
No, take charge of the party. Bring the body down to the beach and any instrument you can find.
All right, sir.
Hollis! Where are you? Answer me! Hollis! Hollis! Hollis!
All right, fellas, put him down and relax.
Did you have any luck finding the instruments?
Kind of 50-50, sir. This was under a boulder, about as much good to us as a used barbecue pit. But I figure this kind of makes up for it.
The sonar pack.
Yes.
It isn't damaged?
No, sir.
This tape could be invaluable.
That's all we found up there, sir, except that. What about Hollis? You sent him back to the beach?
Never had a chance to talk with him.
Well, if you don't mind my saying this, sir, I think that egghead has come up scrambled. I mean, cutting out like that. And if he runs into that four-legged, fur-bearing hunk of teeth and muscle again, or whatever it was that got Whit.
Now, he'll have to handle it himself. Come on, let's go.
All right. All right, sailors. Look alive. Well, it's just a little hour's hike away, and we're all back on the Seaview and home cooking. All right, come on now, up and at 'em. Up and at 'em.
Admiral. The outside damage control party's back on board. They report no damage to the hull or rudder. Engine room standing by.
Well, get us underway, Chip. Come to flank speed. I want Lee and his party brought aboard as soon as possible.
Aye, aye, sir. Stand by to get underway.
Still no radio contact with the captain's party.
No, sir, but I think they're all right. I make out a signal fire on the beach.
Good, good. You all right, Chip? Stand by to surface. Signal under the bridge.
Aye, aye, sir. Stand by to surface. Signalman to the bridge.
You, read Morse code, Hollis?
Not that fast.
It's the Seaview. Admiral Nelson wants us out there right away. I can't think of anything on this island to hold me here. Can you?
I have to talk to you, Captain.
Chief?
Sir.
Load the body. Let's get ready to shove off.
Aye, aye, sir.
I wanted to see Whit again, but I just couldn't face it. When it came to the point, I'm sorry, Captain.
That's one question out of the way.
You've never run away from anything, have you, Captain? No, I'm sure you haven't. It would be contrary to all that splendid naval discipline. How can I tell you why I ran? You wouldn't understand.
I don't have to understand. Let's go. Continue the cruising pattern, Chip. If anything unusual comes up, let's hear.
Aye, sir. The tapes from that sonar pack that Whit was carrying have been analyzed by the computer. They show a very shallow crust on this volcano.
I believe it. I saw enough while I was out there that convinced me that this one's going to blow like Vesuvius.
Let's hope not like Vesuvius, Lee. This one is radioactive. If it blows like Vesuvius, it could cover the Earth with radioactive ash.
Not like Vesuvius.
Ah. You're the volcanologist. What's your opinion?
I don't have any. It's all guesswork. Captain Crane could be right, or this volcano could subside and never be heard from again.
What are the odds on that?
Wait a minute. There's too much at stake to talk about odds. Could it happen? Wipe out life as we know it?
It could happen.
All right. It's the first time for everything. We've got to try to blow out a volcano before it blows itself out.
Blow it out.
Now, you know the way you blow out an oil well fire, only on a much bigger scale.
Oh, that can't be done. A volcano isn't an oil well fire, Admiral.
I know that. But we're hoping the radioactivity inside the volcano will blow itself out if we trigger it with our devices.
Well, what difference does it make if the volcano blows itself or you blow it up?
No, we're not going to blow it up. We're going to blow it in. Missile room, prepare torpedo tubes 1, 2, 3, and 4 for firing. Implosion warheads, delayed fuses set for 0600.
Aye, aye, sir.
What is an implosive warhead?
It creates a vacuum by exploding inward. It creates an implosive chain reaction.
Has such a device ever been used in a volcano?
No. But there's nothing we can lose by trying it. By the way, you better have the doctor look at that, huh?
What can I do for you, Mr. Hollis?
The Admiral wants you to take a look at some scratches on my hand.
Scratches?
Scratches. I'm concerned about an infection. I got them ashore on the island.
Well, let's take a look. We better give this some attention.
Torpedoes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ready to fire, sir.
Fire 1. Fire 2.
Both torpedoes were impacted on target, sir.
Good, good. Lee, set course for target Baker.
Engine room. Ahead 1/4. Full right rudder.
Aye, sir.
The light will kill most external infections we know about. However, I'm just enough of a horse and buggy medic to believe there's nothing like iodine to get the job done.
This hand was exposed to radiation, Doctor. Do you think it might have any effect on it?
Possibly. But it might help it rather than hurt it. After all, X-ray is a form of radiation, and that...
Something wrong?
No, but I think I better check this out.
Check what out?
Well, it's probably nothing.
And why go to the trouble?
Major amputations always shake me up. There. Finished. Corman, iodine, then light bandage. I'll want to take a look at that hand tomorrow morning. If it gives you any trouble tonight, come by my cabin. Admiral, this is Doc. About Hollis, will you come down to sickbay, please?
Is it urgent?
Aye, sir, it is urgent. Those identical elements. I must confess I've never seen them before. Although there's a family resemblance to the rabies virus.
Well, you said that this concerned Hollis.
The slide under this microscope was prepared from the wound on Hollis's hand.
And the other slide?
A blood sample from Witt's body. Autopsy routine.
Well, what do you make of it, Doctor?
I wish I had an answer for you. I wish I had an answer for Hollis.
Okay, Johnson. Dismissed. Got your orders, Patterson. A 4-hour watch on the reactor inside, and nobody's allowed in or out without an okay from me personally.
Okay, Chief. If the skipper and Admiral Nelson want to get in, I'll tell them what you said.
Don't be a wise guy. You know what I mean.
Well, sure I do, Chief. If they want to get in the reactor room, I'll say it's okay because you said it was all right.
How did you ever become a sailor in the first place, Patterson?
That was easy, Chief. I grew up with the salt air in my nostrils.
Oh, yeah? Where? Coney Island?
No. Kansas.
Oh, so that's how you brought up in Kansas, huh? Well, I suppose they got a lot of salt water in Kansas. Huh?
Well, sure they do, Chief. We had this old sump right near the salt licks for the cows. Well, that water got filled with salt.
Patterson, I oughta... Okay, just get in there and stand guard like I told you.
Nobody in or out, right?
Right.
Your personal orders.
Right.
And if the Admiral orders...
You cut it out. Just get in there and stand guard.
Right. Hold this. Thanks, Chief. Just one thing. What's all the worry about the reactor room all of a sudden?
Because it is very dangerous. Because nobody but authorized personnel is allowed in there. Because the volcano is blowing its top, and it's radioactive, and we do not know what it will do to the reactor.
And because?
And because what?
The Admiral said so, right?
Right.
Sorry, sir. The reactor room's off limits.
You know who I am?
Aye, sir.
And you're telling me to get out.
Aye, sir. Sorry, sir.
Lee, where are the sounds coming from?
The reactor room.
Seal the area. Meet me there with some armed men on the double.
Now hear this. Secure and block all watertight doors in the reactor room area. Repeat. Secure and block all watertight doors in the reactor room area.
There's something in there trying to get out. I don't know what it is, but boy, you can sure hear it.
We got it blocked in there, whatever it is.
If it was in any other part of the boat, we could flood it.
It's more important if it does anything to our reactor system. Can't afford to be locked out of there. Get the door. You believe what happened to Witt, to the pilot of the flying sub. Let's hope it didn't happen to Patterson. Chief? Sir. Lay down to the army, pick up a stun gun.
Aye, sir.
There are 2 of them.
Aye, sir.
All right. Open it and fall back. I was afraid it was Hollis.
But how?
Well, the doc found a rabies-like virus in Hollis's wounded hand. The killing on the island, the flying sub, and here in the reactor room. They all took place where radiation exposure was a factor. Now, possibly that's another clue. The radiation reacts on the virus and turned Hollis into what we saw.
Admiral, we have target Baker area at 100 yards, standing by.
Keep us on target, Chip. I'll be right there.
Aye, sir.
Take him to sick bay and have the doc lock him in the restraint ward. I'll be done as soon as I can.
You can handle it, Chief. Make sure the doctor understands the Admiral's orders.
All right, sir.
All right, man.
Get Patterson to sick bay.
Fire 4.
Well, that's finished. All 4 torpedoes struck home. They'll implode in 55 minutes. Then we'll know if the volcano can be snuffed out. I'll be in sickbay checking on Hollis.
Oh, Admiral, what if it doesn't implode? What if we can't stop the volcano?
Then it won't matter what's happening to Hollis. Or the rest of the world, for that matter.
I'm sorry, Admiral. I don't know how to cure a werewolf. Incantations and witches' broths were never my strong subject.
Look, I'm not asking for sorcery. We have a medical clue.
The rabies virus?
Yeah.
If the condition were rabies, Hollis would be terminal. Now, there's no medication known for the symptoms of the disease.
Look, the point is, we don't know what we're dealing with. He seems to keep changing from human being to werewolf and back again. At times of great stress.
All right, Admiral. We'll try. It's possible the combination of radiation and the sudden adrenaline acceleration accounts for that. In any case, the patient has very little to lose. Corman?
Aye, sir.
I want to draw some blood from the patient. Prepare a needle. This is really a shot in the dark, Admiral. We'll inject some of Hollis's blood into a lab animal. Hopefully, from a living creature, we may produce a vaccine. And we'll see what happens when it's introduced into Hollis's bloodstream.
that the wound is sterile as we can get it.
What's your prognosis, Doctor?
I wish I had one.
I'll accept an educated guess.
Well, Admiral, on the assumption that you've been exposed to some mutated form of rabies virus, we may have headed it off with our sterilization procedures.
There's no way of knowing for sure?
Only by observation. Well, at least we know what to look for.
And if we find it, we know what to expect.
How long do we have?
I don't know, Captain. In the case of Hollis, the onset of symptoms seemed to be very rapid. However, his wounds were septic until after the onset.
Assuming the worst, Doctor, what should we be doing?
I don't know. Perhaps we can develop a vaccine. Excuse me, I want to put this under the microscope.
Just a minute. We're going to have a look at that with you.
Well, I'm not sure that's a good idea, Admiral.
But I am. If I'm going to turn into a tortured creature like Hollis, I want to know why. There's no question. It's there.
You said there was the possibility of developing a vaccine.
Perhaps I used too strong a word when I said possibility. To encourage myself.
All right, a prayer then. Just tell me what you need.
Well, if we had Hollis here...
Well, there's only one place he could be, the island. The crewman who tried to stop him said he went out the escape hatch. Now, what do you need from Hollis?
About 50 cc's of blood.
You'll have it.
There's no time, Lee. The torpedoes will go off in about 40 minutes.
I know.
Doctor, I think you better lock me up in the restraint ward.
Admiral, I don't...
That's an order, Doctor.
We've got less than 30 minutes to get the job done and to get back to the Seaview. That's torpedo detonation time. Now, there's no way to stop detonation or change the time. If we're going to save Admiral Nelson's life, we have to take Hollis alive. Your stun guns will stop an elephant. If you see Hollis or he attacks, use them. There's also a wolf on this island, just as dangerous as Hollis. If it attacks, kill it. All right, come on. Chief?
Sir.
Now, keep your eyes open.
If I see anything, I'll sing out.
All right.
Skipper, I just found some tracks. Could be that wolf. The paw marks are about as big as my fist. They look fresh to me, sir.
I read you. Keep alert for whatever made those tracks. But don't waste time looking for it.
Our first job's to find Hollis.
Aye, sir.
Doctor, come here.
What is it, Admiral?
The place where Hollis scratched me feels like it's on fire.
Healing process, possibly?
But not likely. Hollis's wounds didn't heal. Billy told me he saw Hollis rubbing them just a short time before he changed. But no matter what happens, Doctor, no matter what I say, don't let me out of here.
Skipper. We've got a visitor, sir.
We're downwind of him. We'll split up and get around him. No, I don't want to have to shoot. Take a chance of spooking Hollis. Come on.
I'm sorry for everything, Captain. I didn't mean to hurt.
Chief! Over here, quick!
Quick, 50 cc's of blood. Right.
Get his lead.
be fine, sir. Those torpedoes are about to blow.
Chief, take this blood to sick bay on the double.
Aye, sir.
All hands stand by to get underway.
All ahead flank. Hard left rudder.
Aye, aye, sir. Four, 3, 2, 1. Detonation 0600. We did it?
Doctor, how's the Admiral doing?
We just administered the vaccine. Hoping for the best.
Maybe this will encourage him. Tell him that at 0600, we sank the island of Makura. Well, you're looking fit, Admiral.
But Lee, sit down.
Sitting out here in your front porch seems to agree with you.
Yeah, very much.
Oh, you read my report on the Makura mission.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you noted those portions of the text which were somewhat less than factual.
Yes, I did.
Dr. Hollis is a brilliant young scientist. I'm not sure that the entire world has to know about all the conditions surrounding his death.
I agree, absolutely.
What about the crew? Do you think they can be trusted not to talk when they go ashore?
I think they can, but I won't take any chances. I'll point out that anybody who sounds off about a man who turned into a wolf had better stand by to have a net dropped over him.
All right. I'll accept that as an adequate deterrent.
Right. Take care, sir.
Right.